Memoir for Elise.
Yep.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm sorry. My life has left me with no purpose. I try to push one way, and it forces me back. I try to push another, and it throws me down. My wife left me, and she took everything I had. I'm forced to live in an apartment on the East End, because that's all I can afford. Look, some people might say that I'm going to regret what I'm about to do, but that doesn't matter once I'm dead. Does it? Look, I'm giving it one more day, and if it goes just as bad as every other, then that's the end. I'm sorry. Earlier in life, before tragedy struck, I would wake up in the early dawn or the middle of the night beneath scattered stars. The air would still, as if floating in a lake, and I, like the air, would be frozen, stuck and unable to move. I would push and pull at the state of the room, but to no avail. The clocks had broken. See, nothing could prevail this space, except for her. Usually I'd wake up and I'd be alone, the room left watching itself be stuck. But sometimes, there was a girl. She left a trail of glowing sin, though I never saw her move. Sometimes, she would come over to me, and she would lay on me, quietly, coldly crushing, freezing the space, and the space around me, and all the space that I could see. Nothing could move through the space, but yet, she would stare down at me with two black eyes. Nothing could move through the space, but one day before it ended, I could move.
I try to push one way and it forces me backwards. My God, you sound like a crybaby.
What? Oh my God. What are you doing here?
I'm here to save you.
From what? And if you're here to save me, why were you here all the other times? Why couldn't I move? Why now instead of a time that I could actually use it?
So many questions.
Justifiably so, don't you think?
No, no one bit, in fact. You've no right to anything after all that's happened.
You need to leave.
Why? So you can kill yourself while praying that the whole world will mourn your death? I'm sorry, but tomorrow isn't going to be any better. And the fact that you have any reluctance towards ending it all should really speak volumes towards what you should actually do.
Please, just go.
Not yet. You're gonna have to trust me tonight.
With what?
Do you remember sleeping below the stars? You'd go out on camping trips with your daughter, and she would tell you and your wife how she wanted to sleep below the stars. The stars look nice tonight. Thanks for bringing me here.
Huh, it looks like the fire's going up. Should I put some more wood on it?
It looks like Mom is asleep in the tent. Do you want to sleep outside? I sure want to.
Enough of this.
Keep going.
No. I told you to leave earlier, and that still stands. Please, just go.
Oh, come on. We were making so much progress. If you want to get past this, you've really got to keep going.
Why are you so stuck on the idea that I want to live anyways? You saw the note and you know how it is.
I have a gift for you.
Do you now?
1 second.
Why in God's name would you bring a gun into a suicidal man's room?
Using the Lord's name in vain now, are we?
And you're religious now?
No, not in the slightest. Aren't you?
I mean, no, not anymore.
A lack in faith and now you're seeing ghosts. God is a tricky man, isn't he?
Don't patronize me.
You first!
You're a child!
And you're trying to kill yourself.
One more day!
We both know how that's going to work. If you really want to, then go ahead. Well, what are you scared of?
That's not fair.
Don't talk to me about unfair when you're going to be destroying the only memories of me that exist by killing yourself. Do you remember getting in a fight before the camping trip? She wasn't old. You were packing and she didn't want to go because she was afraid to be alone in the woods. You assured her...
Don't be scared. It's a public camping ground. There's going to be lots of people around us. What is there to be scared of?
Dad, I'm only 10. That is the perfect bite size for a bear.
Elise, it's your birthday tomorrow. You're the one that wants to see the stars outside of the city. Me and your mom thought it would be a nice idea to bring you out. Did you pack your telescope?
I haven't packed anything yet.
What? We're leaving in 2 hours.
I'm not going!
Yes, you are, and that's final. Go to your room and pack.
Why are you going to kill yourself?
You know.
Do I?
Do you know what it's like to be alive, all while still drowning?
Can't say I do.
Well, imagine you're on a boat, and that boat's going to bring you to a place where you can be better, but you have to captain the boat, and slowly, one by one, your shipmates keep leaving you. Either leaving because of the way you treat them, or getting thrown off because the others refuse to keep a corpse around by holding on to the past. Look, I'm steering my boat, but then the final shipmate jumps off while looking at you. So many people have left my boat, the first being my daughter.
I understand how you feel now.
Do you really, though?
Matthew, would I be here if I didn't?
You never said anything before now. You came night after night, and not a word came out of your mouth.
I was waiting for the right time.
The right time? What about when my wife left me? What about the time that I ran out of money for counseling? What about the time I got fired from my job? What about...
I'm here now, aren't I? Do you remember the car ride to the campsite? There wasn't anything to be afraid of. Your wife was asleep in the back seat, and you and your daughter just sat there and talked about life.
Don't be scared. This is going to be fun.
Is it? Just promise I'll stay safe.
Why wouldn't you be?
You know I'm scared of the forest.
Yes, I do, but you'll have me and your mother around. There isn't anything to be scared of.
Okay, I'll believe you.
Enough of this. How is this going to help me get any better?
It's not going to if you don't get to the parts where you've got to dig deep.
No. I think it's best you leave.
Make me! Why'd you stop? Aren't you gonna pick me up? Throw me out of the door? Anything? Wait a minute. You're scared to touch me, aren't you? Well? Nothing? I see how it is then.
Wait. I'm not going to actualize you by acknowledging this.
Well then by that logic, it's quite a little coincidence that I'm still here, isn't it? What do I have to do to get you to trust me?
I don't want to trust you.
We're getting nowhere when you think like this. Would me telling you more about me help?
Sure, if it gets you to leave me alone.
Perfect! We'll take turns. You ask me a question and I'll ask one back.
What? Okay. What's your biggest dream?
I used to know the answer to this one. A lot has changed since then. I used to want to fly amongst the stars. The possibilities of what were out there filled my heart with wonder and fear because there was no possible way to know what was out there. Were there people? Were there planets made out of powdered sugar? The possibilities seemed endless at the time. I wanted to go in the stars and live amongst the black void. The stars were the only thing I liked about the outdoors. But I've had a lot of time to myself to think since then, and it's occurred to me that there isn't really anything worth making a fuss over out there. Just a bunch of rocks and giant balls of fire. What about you? What's your dream?
Next question.
Nuh-uh. You have to answer it too.
Fine. Fine purpose.
Elaborate.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't really have any purpose. I don't really have anything going for me. I don't see much point in living if the only thing going for me is the idea of death itself.
Let's try this again. You keep focusing on the negative. Let's try the positive. Are you ready?
As I'll ever be.
Do you remember reading your daughter a story beside the campfire? The campfire lit up the campsite, and there was a smell of burning birch in the air. You had just made s'mores on the metal plate above the campfire, and there was a smell of s'mores in the air. Your wife was asleep in the tent, and your daughter was impatiently waiting the ending of the story, and you were taking your time. You enjoyed the time you were spending with her.
What is there to be scared of?
the dragon said to the knight, and the knight responded in a very uncharacteristic way. He said, "What if you had a plan, and you knew that plan was guaranteed to work, but somewhere deep down, you also knew that it could fail? I have a plan, but you could throw a wrench in that pretty easily. Some things happen out of nowhere for no justification." And the dragon, finding this a very profound statement, got lost deep in thought. The knight, seeing this, took this as his opportunity to strike the dragon right in between the eyes, killing him instantly.
That's not very nice of him.
Yeah, it worked, didn't it?
Well, yes, but how would you feel if you gained trust with someone only to have them killed off in front of you?
Maybe the dragon died happy.
Why don't you tell me, Mr. Storyteller?
I'll leave that for you to figure out.
That's not fair.
Come on. I'm sorry. Now, you must be really tired.
I'm not tired.
You liar. Come on, let's go to the tent.
See? That wasn't that hard, was it?
I don't want to keep doing this.
Because you know what's coming next?
Because I don't know how this is going to help me get any better.
Matthew!
I know. I need to trust you.
Then do it!
It's just...
It's just what? I've given you a way out if you were so dead set on being stubborn.
I'm not going to kill myself while you're standing right in front of me.
Or maybe you just don't want to kill yourself.
I don't think anyone ever does.
There's something tying you to this world. My turn to ask the question. What's your anchor? What's the thing that's making you want to live, Matthew? I'm going to need you to dig deep and think. Now close your eyes.